Born ready, heads up, eyes open, and fists clenched. It's Chairman Fred coming to you live and direct with a salute, man, to Distortion 2 Static.
For those who don't know, can you talk a little bit about your work and the legacy that it's built upon?
Right on. Let me say revolutionary appreciations for having me here today. I'm Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. I chair an organization called POCC. A lot of people refer to it as PARC or the Panther Cubs. It's a revolutionary organization that's internationally based. We got chapters as far as Brazil. We carry on the legacy of one of the most revolutionary organizations that North America has ever seen, that being the Black Panther Party. Still doing a lot of the issues that they were talking about back then, the police terrorism, the political prisoners, we don't care healthcare. So these are some of the same issues that we're dealing with right now today. We are centrally located right in Chicago, Illinois. That's our base. But again, as I stated, we are internationally. Our largest chapter, in fact, is based in Brazil on the leash of a sister by the name of Comrade Chairwoman Sujeti.
Distortion Static is a hip-hop television show, and one of the things I'm always struck by when I see old footage of your father is his charisma and his power to move a crowd, and just the way hip-hop tends to waste that power to speak into a microphone and address the people. I was wondering, have you ever had an opportunity to pull any rappers aside and, spit your knowledge in their ear?
Well, we see, I don't know if y'all seen the Dave Chappelle block party, how we grabbed a mic and literally seized the time. Talked about different cases of Mumia Abu-Jamal, Sunday Adekola, Rochelle Q. McGee, and other forces. But I just want to stress this also. There's been an attempt to make a lot of these artists, our leaders and stuff, they're not. Chairman Fred was a revolutionary. I'm myself a revolutionary. We have a campaign we have called the Code of Culture. We want artists to play some point of unity or some role with the struggle, you know what I'm saying? And so, just off the top of my head, some of the artists, Most Def, in particular, who not only have had the opportunity to rap with and dialogue about the work we're doing, who did a revolutionary act. He literally came to court and was a character witness for one of our Minister of Defense, Aaron Patterson, on some trumped up charges. But that's just one of the brothers who I got the opportunity to rap with, Rakim and some other forces, Erykah Badu, and a number of different other forces, yeah.
You spoke a little bit about artists who put their money into organizations that aren't really doing the work. Are there artists out there who you would like to speak to and get them on board specifically?
Sky's the limit, you know what I'm saying? We got with the Code of Culture, we got niches or roles, various forces in play, you know what I'm saying? We're not trying to limit, just look for the quote unquote conscious rap. A lot of people refer to as conscious rappers. We say everybody can play some role in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? So we want to put out a call and up the ante, you know what I'm saying? Expose the contradictions. In other words, this is where cats like Usher can go down in New Orleans and donate to Red Cross or people like Slave Z, like y'all call them Jay-Z, we call them Slave Z. So they can make records bragging about they donated money to Columbine. Start exposing these contradictions. So we say we are the victims of terrorism for our people that's going, the situation we're going through in our community, and we can up the ante. And as we've seen in the '60s, I know a lot of times people say, when I was growing up, the music was saying something. We know that James Brown just didn't come out that song "I'm Black and I'm Proud" on his own volition. There was a movement in place that literally forced him to fake the funk, to say terms like "I'm black and I'm proud." So in that spirit, we want to put a universal call out to artists of all walks of life. Man, get in contact with the POCC. Y'all know the choice is simple. Y'all know who I doing the work. Y'all know who I catching these cases. Our central committee is under attack right now. Minister of Information, JR, said to go to trial December 7th, right in the infamous Alameda County Courthouse. Same courthouse the Minister of UEP knew was going at. Our Minister of Defense, Aaron Patterson, serving 30 years on a trumped-up charge. Our rank and file is catching cases back-to-back. And so, we need real deal resources and support. We don't have no FBI money or faith-based initiative money, you know what I'm saying? We put a clarion call out to the community. Support our information vehicles that have been the SF Bayview, the Block Report Radio, and support the work that the POCC is doing. We ain't hard to find. They know it. Man, what's this C Murder down Slave P brother down in New Orleans. C Murder, when he called that case, he contacted the POCC. When he hit them, all of a sudden cats get conscious. Kobe Bryant started quoting Dr. King when he called that case, you know what I'm saying? So don't wait till the heat to hit you to get in contact with us. We keep us alive so we can have that force to be reckoned with out there, so it can send a message to the state, to the system, to back up for you when they start coming at you. They're gonna come at you.
Another rapper that recently got out and has had sort of a conversion of his mind state is Shine. Have y'all spoken to him at all, or has he reached out to you at all?
No, I just got word too. He just released also. Man, hey, get in contact with us 773-256-9451. You know, what I'm saying I haven't heard any interviews or his summations, since he got out. Or where he at, what's his position. But again, we send the word to Shine, all rappers from all walks of life. Man, POCC, man, get up with us. Not just rappers and artists, the people in general. You know what I'm saying, get up with us.
Often the perception that the media puts out is that, females aren't involved in hip hop. There's no rappers, and that tends to go along with Revolution also. They tend to, females aren't in the forefront, or if they are, they're not to say they're not doing the work, but they're not the image put forth. Can you speak a little bit about women who are active in your organization and what they do?
I get a charge, as I mentioned earlier briefly, about this, one of our largest chapters, that being Brazil. And that's the Sister Chairwoman Suzette. This is the comrade is taking on with addressing the issues and what is referred to as the favelas. It's like what we probably would call the ghettos or the slums in our community, addressing the issues about the quilombos. Quilombos are like the liberated territories where people escape from chattel slavery and establish different communities. Man, addressing the different day-to-day issues over there, the police terrorism under her leadership. You know what I'm saying? It's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? We extend the clenched fist salute to the courageous work that's been headed up by our chairwoman Suzette. And just in our rank and file, there are a number of different forces. I'm saying nationally in the confines of the United States is on board with us doing the work. Our Minister of Finance, Shakur, you know what I'm saying, has been playing a key role. You know what I'm saying, with the work we're doing. So we understand that this system is not just only attacking the men and the women, not just the elders, but the elders and the youth. And so our position is that the only logical response is that all of us got to be engaged in fighting back. Among the POCC advisory board, we got such forces of such caliber as that of a Core and Jerry, formerly known as Deborah Johnson. I've been on the women leadership before. This is my mother comrade. This is the widow of Chairman Fred. This is who, was in the Black Panther Party and still to this day is not sold out, and provides some powerful potential advice to the organization, the POCC, as well as a number of other different sisters who was in the Black Panther Party, who was involved in the struggle, then to this day. And I've been able to tag team with a number of different women, talking about side by side on the battlefield.
Chicago, there's a lot of publicity about them not getting the Olympics and the push for that. And some people saying, oh, it's too violent. And it ended up going to Brazil, another country that is plagued by, they say violence, but a lot of it is police violence. Have you heard anything about people worrying about what the government is going to be doing down there to clean things up to get ready for the Olympics in 2010?
Well, let me preface my response. We fought hard against the Olympics being held in Chicago. We fought it, man. We fought it. In fact, you can go on YouTube and type in "Mayor Daley don't like black people," and you can see us actually going up in the hotels with the bullhorn to the International Olympic Committee chairman of the Olympics with Gangster Daley, Mayor Daley, right there, exposing to them, laying out, showing photographs of people who were tortured, the Jackie and Andrew Wilsons, tortured right in Chicago, because we exposed, even though the plans that Chicago had, when they talk about putting the Olympics there, the whole mass displacement of the black community in particular in places like Washington Park was on the south side of Chicago, and we exposed a lot of these contradictions, and we fought it tooth and nail. So I want to give a clenched fist salute to the POCC, as well as the coalition forces that took their stance fighting against the Olympics to come to Chicago. A lot of people say, I don't know why y'all should be able to, y'all should fight the Olympics there. No, it was not going to work in the interest of the people. Now back to the core of your question, in Brazil, I don't. Your question was, do I know about like some how they gonna deal with what they refer to as the violence? I know this. That when we went to Brazil to touch that, and do some of the work, I know similar to the propaganda that's put out about the United States and other places, there's this whole front that you got to watch be careful. Like when you go, they assess us like they tell children they go to the zoo. Be careful. The animal's gonna bite you, so on and so forth. Man, we was in the favelas, the quilombos, the community in Brazil with the people. I'm talking about just dialogue with the people. I'm talking about, we felt comfortable. And I tell people a lot of times similar to that when I was locked up and I was held captive. People say, what about the gang? I said, man, the prison guards, that was the only time my life was in danger. The people are our best security. Wherever we go, in places where no English was even spoken. And the support and the love of the POCC, phenomenal. I'm talking phenomenal.
If you turn on the news the last couple of weeks, and especially with the incident down at the military base down in Texas, it's all about terrorism. The terrorists, they paint a very specific picture for what you should look for in a terrorist, what a terrorist looks like. For young people out there, how do you define terrorism? What do you see as a terrorist?
We define terrorism as, examples of terrorism, whether it be Chicago Police Department cars or Oakland Police Department, or Johannes Mersley. So these are terrorists. I'm saying the policies that are put forward by this government. I'm saying they are terrorists. The terroristic policies that impact on I don't want to say decisions, because we say a non-independent people cannot make independent decisions. In other words, every time we come out the house, we there's a, I don't want to say fear, but there's a sentiment of terror that we go through, not just when flashing blue lights come from behind us in those cars. That y'all know what I'm talking about, or whatever, I don't care how many degrees you got, I don't care how much you done studied or what religion you is. When them flashing blue lights come pull behind you, you get the same feeling I get from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. You don't know if you're finna get 40 shots in your back. You don't know if you're finna be trumped up, get some trumped up charges. That's terrorism. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, the situation in our communities, I'm talking about, man, just slum lords in our community, we define these as actual terror. The people that was in this up and down State Street on Chicago that was infamous for the public housing. You go through there and you sitting there, you seeing bulldozers knock down buildings literally next to you. And you can see the bulldozer knocking them down. That you living in terror. You don't know if it's bulldozers for knock you down, knock your house down next. These are acts of terrorism. And you see U.S. imperialism with its tentacles. Whether it be in North Africa, Palestine, wherever, wherever it be, you see its tentacles expressing, pushing these sentiments of terrorism throughout, throughout all colonized communities. We see it in France, all over, where the people, are subjected to police terrorism, where the people are subjected to what a lot of people refer to as gentrification. We call it land grab. Chemical, a lot of people refer to as AIDS, Ebola, or crack or heroin. This is chemical biological warfare that's being waged on the people. That's terrorism. What's happening in concentration camps in Cook County Jail, Chicago, Illinois, same Cook County Jail that Gil Scott-Heron talked about way back when. 17-year-old sisters, 17-year-old young girls are forced to rinse out their sanitary napkins for reuse. We see that as terrorism. that's the psychological effects on that. With that cannot be told in words. And we fighting against that. Again, type in YouTube and type POCC in with Cook County Jail. We fighting these issues of terrorism, but we say what the Alcoholics Anonymous said, that the first step in addressing the problem is recognizing we got a problem. So we pulling the covers off this so-called war on drugs or war on guns or war on gangs or, what they call war on terror. We saying, man, look, this is the real terrorists. In fact, we say in our community, every day is September 11th.
As you know, with the Oscar Grant murder, the defense was successful in pushing to have the trial not be in the community. It hasn't been determined where yet, but you have young people who this is their first time who are going to go through a trial where there's video evidence, and then you have older people who know that might not be enough, Is there any advice or guidance you could give to young people who this is going to be their first taste of the American justice system?
First, let me extend a clenched fist salute to the courageous community of Oakland, the birthplace of the Black Panther Party, for the response, for the rebellions, for the resistance. It was a call that was sent out that was heard throughout the world, the response to the execution of Oscar Grant. The people stood up courageously. Let me preface with that. Let me extend the clenched fist salute. There's been, I've been briefed by our Minister of Information and other comrades that this whole tactic where they trying to move this case around to a different venue. So we already putting things in place. In fact, I think it's will be a tour that the POCC is supposed to be engaged in. Also taking some film footage, and one piece is called Small Axe Production, It shows from the footage of the case with Oscar Grant, shows how the city of Oakland tried to get some poverty pimps to hijack the whole issue by Oscar Grant. Then we're taking this to all these different potential venues. So we want to let the state know, whether it would be in San Diego, California, Hollywood, wherever you try to take this here, we're going to cultivate the soil and people are going to know, you know what I'm saying, who, the case of Oscar Grant and with Johannes Merciley and the rest of these pigs, what they're engaged in. So we letting the world know. You can try to move it to Walla Walla, Washington, you want to, but we letting the world know.
You have any final words or anything you want to promote as we close out?
Well, again, just want to say revolutionary appreciation for y'all having us here today. Want to say on the stress, don't wait till it's a safe discussion to talk about the work that we're doing. Keep the cases of our Minister of Information, JR, cases of our Minister of Defense, Aaron Patterson, cases of Mumia Abu-Jamal, situation of Sada Shakur, Sunday Adekola, Rochelle Q. McGee, Marshall Conway, and this goes on and on. Keep these names and these cases in your mind and heart. The victims of Hurricane America. I didn't say Hurricane Katrina. Katrina ain't killed nobody. America did. So keep this fresh in your mind and heart. Not just during February, not just during election time, but every day. You know what I'm saying? Support real deal informational vehicles. You know what I'm saying? SF Bayview, BlockReportRadio.com. You know what I'm saying? We need real deal support. And thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, for giving me the opportunity to rap with y'all. I don't know, can you cuss on this thing? No? Okay. I just want to say in closing, for the people, free them all. For the pigs, fuck them all.
Let's go.